I'm a man, so I know exactly when and where I got every single compliment in my entire life. That's the good thing about being a man. You remember every compliment because they're few and far between. I have a ton of fragrances in my collection. These are the fragrances that I've gotten the most compliments with. So if you're looking for a complimenting fragrance, these are going to be some good recommendations. I'm also going to give you some other recommendations because remember that compliments are usually 90% aura and 10% whatever you're wearing. If you walk into a room and you're like really confident and you smile and you wink at somebody, don't wink at anybody. Actually, don't do that. A fragrance is a good open door, so to speak. So if you walk by somebody, you're confident, you know, you're cool, whatever. Usually ladies can be like, oh, you smell really good. What are you wearing? And that's a good open door compliment, so to speak. All right, kicking it off first, we have from Lattafa. This is Intensive Silver. So I haven't worn this one in a very long time, but I wore it like 3 or 4 times a year ago or so, 2 years ago. And every time I wore it, I got a compliment. And so this one is kind of reimagining of Acqua Di Gio. It's like a powerhouse. This thing smells incredible. I sprayed it on my hand here just to remind myself of it, but I've gotten 3 compliments with this thing and I've worn it 3 times. So we're 3 for 3. So what you're going to find with it is it has a nice sharp musky kind of tone in here, aquatic nature in here, some musk patchouli, really excellent stuff. It's very similar style to like Acqua Di Gio in that kind of ballpark, but the potency here is incredible. This thing is also a very cheap fragrance too. A lot of people don't jive with it for whatever reason. Some people think it's pretty synthetic, but it's a really nice affordable option if you're looking for just a compliment magnet to work this spring and summertime. Ejaazi Silver Intensive, really good option if you want something on a budget that smells super compliment factor heavy. Like I said, I've worn it 3 times and I got a compliment every single time, which was great. It's a pretty underrated fragrance too from Lattafa because it came out about 2-ish years ago, 3-ish years ago. And it's kind of like the buzz has gone away because they've released so many up until this point. But yeah, it's a really good option if you're looking for a nice aquatic, musky, sharp, and Broxin heavy compliment beast. 14-15 bucks. All right, the next one is John Varvatos Artisan Pure. So if you like a nice green citrus petitgreen kind of smell here, this is going to be an excellent option. I've gotten a few compliments with this one actually during the springtime usually because that's when I pull it out. And a lot of the one compliment really stands out is when I was in a Starbucks, the barista actually asked me what I was wearing. Really good stuff. It smells awesome. I love the way that this thing smells. This is a signature scent worthy kind of fragrance to me. I really like just like the citrus combo in here, the greenery and the musk dry down. It's just remarkable. This is a really good option if you're looking for a nice musky citrus forward with some greenery in here. Really good option. The only downside with this one though, it is a mega compliment beast, but you will have to spray on a lot of sprays. The performance is not all that spectacular, but when it catches in the air or when you're standing next to somebody, they definitely smell you. So spray on like maybe 10 sprays if you're having a casual day. You'll definitely get some attention, especially from like close quarter kind of things. Really good option though. All right, this fragrance is from Alexandria Fragrances and this is Zion. So this is kind of an inspired by version of Roja Dove's Elysium. So it's got that nice, fresh, clean muskiness, sharp, like ambroxan musky quality, and then a blast of citrus. It's so fresh and aromatic. So this, I guess this has macerated for so long. I bought this back in like 2019 or so, 2020. So almost 5 years I've had this bottle. And so it's been sitting for a very long time. So that might be a big factor here. But when I received the compliments from this, it was like a year into owning it. So that could be, you know, a factor that you might want to take into consideration. If I sprayed this thing on now, it's probably a beast. I'll probably get a gazillion compliments from it because it's probably just so potent at this point because it's been sitting for 5 years. 5 years and I haven't wore, it's 90% full. This is the struggles of fragrance collecting. F in the chat. But this is a great option if you're looking for a nice musky, fresh kind of smell. You know, the Alexandria fragrances has such good offerings, and especially for their quality, they have great stuff. One of the better houses, I think. But yeah, I've gotten a ton of compliments from this thing. This is a must-have if you are in the, you know, realm of inspired by of Elysium. All right, another one I get a ton of compliments with is Acqua Di Gio. This is the absolute version, the underrated gem of all of the Acqua Di Gios. This is a very fresh and clean bubblegum kind of sweet. It's kind of similar to like Invictus Aqua meets, you know, like Acqua Di Gio, that kind of ballpark. It's a pretty sweet version of the DNA, and it has this nice, fresh, aquatic nature to it. And like I said before, it has that sweetness too in here. Pretty youthful, pretty playful, but this thing carries through the air and it catches people's noses. I've probably gotten more than like 6 compliments with this thing. It is kind of discontinued, so I mean, but once again, like Acqua Di Gio is such a likable fragrance. I was in Vegas last week and my friend was wearing Acqua Di Gio. He didn't specify which version, but he said he was wearing Acqua Di Gio. And I said it smelled really good on him, because it did. It smelled really good on him. So if you have good aura, if you carry yourself really well, you know, you're gonna get a compliment if you spray on, you know, 6 or 7 sprays and you carry yourself with some, you know, energy, some aura, good energy. Anyway, Acqua Di Gio Absolu, one of the best. I love it because the compliment factor, it's so amazing. All right, I got a weird compliment, a bunch of weird compliments from this thing. The Lalique White and Black. So this is a inspired by version of Parfums de Marly, Layton. It's got that kind of same DNA, spicy, sexy cardamom with this nice musky quality, and then, you know, that fruity aspect too that Layton is known for. This is so excellent. If you're looking for one of the best Layton kind of twists or inspired buys, this is a really good option here. Now, it doesn't smell one-to-one like Layton does, but still, it has such, you know, magnificent aura to it. It really has a good character to get massive compliments. If you spray on like 6 or 7 sprays and go to, like, you know, a club, going on a night out on the town, you're going to be picking up attention. But once again, have some aura and then you're gonna be set. But it's like a fruity, spicy, cardamom heavy, and a ton of this amberwood, sandalwood. It's so divine. You gotta give it a shot. You know, this is a pretty affordable fragrance. I picked my bottle up for around 50 bucks about 2 years ago, so it's been a while, and the bottle, you know, once again, is 90% full, so story of my life. So many compliments from this thing, Sedrop Boise. This is the original Sedrop Boise. I would say if you wanna pick up Sedrop Boise, go with the intense version. It has so much more stain power, and it pushes off so tremendously well. It is a little bit more deep, rich. It's got an oud character in there, so it's gonna come across a little bit more intense woods and not so much fresh and fruity clean like this one. But with this one, I call it my Fruit Loops in the Woods fragrance. So it smells like Fruit Loops in the woods with that nice, oh, it's amazing. It's gotten me a ton of compliments. Panda Express, my friends, a random girl at Starbucks. The compliments just roll in with this thing. I wear it, it's usually a casual day, and I spray on like 6 to 8 sprays, and it gets so much love. It's so fantastic. If you have not given a shot, I would say sample this one first so that you know what it smells like, and then go with the intense version. The intense version, like I said, it's just how I paint it is like, it picks up where this one leaves off. So the deep dry down of this, that's where the other one picks up. All right, I don't have a bottle of Office for Men, but I have a inspired by version of it. This is Celestial Blue. So Office for Men has gotten me so much attention. And I used to wear it on a couple of dates here and there, and the girls really liked the way it smelled. Celestial Blue is what I've been wearing recently, and still, it's just so magnificent. This is the secret sauce right here. This is like 20, 30 bucks. You can pick it up at fragrancebuy.ca, or you can pick it up at Jumbo Shop probably. But the compliment factor on this thing is outrageous. It smells so musky, so woody, fruity, playful, and just, there's something interesting about this DNA that I just absolutely love, and other people love it too, because, you know, it works. Office for Men, I've gotten like probably 6 or 7 compliments with it. There was one specific time on a date that I specifically remember because it, you know, attracted in a mate, a partner. So, and that's not all the reason we wear fragrances, but you know, that's a big important factor. Celestial Blue though, fantastic alternative to it, and it smells absolutely amazing, and you save the bank. You could take her on a date. Use the extra money that you save from fragrance on the date. All right, the next one. I've gotten a bunch of compliments since I bought it, and I'm adding in the other version too. Traathy Blue is kind of in the same kind of ballpark. I was gonna add Traathy Blue, but I was like, you know what? This one is superior, I think, but anyway, Sospiro Vibrato. This is a fantastic, fresh and clean, musky with this ginger, fresh bergamot. It's so magnificent. So I've gotten a ton of compliments from Traathy Blue. I was gonna add that one on this list, but I decided to add this one because I got a few compliments recently when I was in Vegas wearing this. So I just decided to put this one on there, but just know Traathy Blue is just as good, if not a little bit better, because you save a little bit extra dough and you can sleep better at night. What you're gonna find is it's a grapefruit balm. It's got musk, it's got this beautiful ginger accord in here, some nice woods in here, but it's not an over dominant wood fragrance. It's mostly musk, ambroxan, ginger, and bergamot fresh citrus. That's really what it is, with a heavy emphasis on that grapefruit character. Same thing with Traathy Blue. It's just, I feel like this one is just a little bit smoother, and that could just be from quality of ingredients, but you know, I'm not here to nitpick. They both smell amazing. Excellent compliment getters. All right, a fragrance that is kind of under the radar, but it does a fantastic job of pulling in some compliments. This is Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. So this one has a violet tone in here. It comes across like a nice violet leaf, but this one is mainly musk fresh, clean citrus, and just this amazing woody quality in here. It's a traditional douchebag finest cologne at its finest. If the douchebags had a castle, the king would be wearing this one. It's a fantastic, just everyday fragrance, but it's also amazing for that scumbag ex-boyfriend kind of smell. It's a perfect take. You're gonna get massive compliments with this one because you're gonna lure in the girl and she's be like, you remind me of somebody, and you're the new guy. So just know that you're better. I've gotten a ton of compliments with this one, so it's just, it works, and I know it works, and that's when I'll usually wear this one, not to a date, because I feel like it's a little bit too familiar to go on a date. Like if I was going on a date, I would probably stay away from this DNA just because it's very recognizable, I suppose. It's very similar to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. So you might smell like somebody's dad nowadays. That's kind of shameful. But anyway, it's very familiar DNA. So if you're looking for a compliment fragrance going on a date, this will be a good complimenter, but don't wear it to a date. All right, the next one, Armani Code Parfum. I've gotten so many compliments from this thing, it's unreal. This one is bergamot fresh. It's got this Armani Code DNA with that tonka bean and slight vanilla, but not overly done here. This is mostly a fresh and clean with this nice iris character in here. Comes across a little bit powdery floral, but for the most part, it is a pretty wearable, easy, everyday smell. I don't know if I've gotten the elixir version because this is potent stuff. Every time I wear it, I get some kind of attention. One compliment that really actually stood out is I was on a job site and there was some painters, and there was a girl painter and a guy painter, and the girl painter was, someone smells really good. And then the guy painter was like, it's Nate. Nate's here. He always smells really good. So that was a good compliment from him. I appreciated it tremendously. I just wear it whenever I want to get some kind of compliment. Compliments are not like something that you can count on, you can't depend on, but when they happen, you check note and you're like, that fragrance does the trick. All right, I want to do an honorable mention. I haven't gotten any compliments from it, but I have complimented 3 people that have worn it. So this is 1 Million Elixir. And the reason I bought it was because I complimented 3 people with it. I asked the first person, he was in Burlington. I asked him, what are you wearing? It smells fantastic. And he said the new 1 million elixir, which I was shocked that he knew. I feel like fragrances are going a little bit more mainstream nowadays. But then another guy was in the mall, and then another guy was at the tire shop, which weird kind of situation for a compliment. But anyway, as soon as I complimented the third person with it, I said I need to buy a bottle of it because I want that attention because I'm a self-serving prick. Anyway, the last one on the list, I've gotten so many compliments with this one, is YSL Eau de Parfum. So this is that ginger, apple, sage, lavender mix with this nice, beautiful ambroxan musky quality in the base. This stuff is fantastic. If you're looking for just the best spring, summertime compliment beast, YSL Eau de Parfum is fantastic. It is a little bit played out nowadays. I mean, you can pick up a little bit better formulations of this from like different clones on the market and stuff like that. But if you don't want to like scour the internet for the best 0.5% better clone, just go with the original. It works wonders. Spray on like 6 or 7 sprays and you'll be getting some compliments. But also remember that compliments come from aura. They come from carrying yourself well, smiling, don't wink, but carry yourself like you're going to wink at somebody. And usually that's the sweet spot, but don't wink at anybody, okay? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what fragrances you've gotten the most love from. What are the compliment beasts in your collection? I would love to know. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching the channel, everyone. We'll see you next time.